it was time to move over to Dark Universe.
And at this point, it was getting dark. It was also like
6:30?
storm clouds were kind of it was supposed to pour. It rained periodically, but never like really was a downpour necessarily.
I think it rained hard whenever we were in the ride.
Well, that's very possible. But we did get to experience Dark Universe at night, or at least a nighttime atmosphere, which is very cool.
Very cool.
It's a very cool lane to walk into.
Very spooky.
Yes, and the manor looks very spooky with the storm clouds behind it.
Yes,
I will say.
Yes,
had a very cool effect. Obviously, now the surprising part was Monsters Unchained was a 20-minute wait.
I know. What was that about?
And we'll
it's
talk about
because it fast loads.
It does. Well, it fast loads, and it is a people mover. It gets people through it very, very efficiently.
Yeah.
So going into this, we're like, they have child swap in here.
Yeah.
So our kid, at first our daughter said she was going to ride it. We're like, okay. Our son was not going to ride this and was very apprehensive about going to this building. We were like, listen, buddy, you're not going to ride it. And he was just like, okay. But he was a little like, definitely not into it. And it's a bit, this land in general is like kind of a PG-13-ish land. So went through the queue, because the way they do the child swap, you go all the way past the lockers, and then they have the child swap area.
Yeah, that's important.
That is important. So while we're in the queue, and it's a great queue, our daughter was like, I'm not going to ride this. We were like, okay. Because she wanted to ride it because it's the same ride system as Forbidden Journey, which she loves. But so they did. I
took the kids.
You took the kids, and I rode it with your mom. Mm-hmm. And I got to ride it twice.
Yeah, you did.
It's a great ride. I love it. It's a fantastic ride. Although I will say.
What did you see, Jared?
After the first time you see Dracula, there's a part where you go through and you can clearly see it's a curtain, and you can see like concrete on the ground. You can even see like folding chairs. It's the only part you can really see. I was like, they need to really fix that. Because the visual there, you can see it. And I will say in general, it's a great ride, but I feel like it needs to be a little darker in there, because you can see, when you're looking around, you can see the ride vehicles and things and other people and stuff. Like, if it was a little darker, I don't think you'd be able to see that as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think it'd be a little bit better immersion with that. Because when you think about it, when you're on like Spider-Man or those rides, you never see how you're moving around. On this one, you are able to see. It's still
you can look down and see.
Yeah, it's still a great ride, and I love it. But that part of it, I was like, that could be a little. It
does need to be darker.
Yeah,
I do agree with that. But yeah, this ride is so fantastic. The visuals, the animatronics, the jump scares.
I mean, the Wolfman part is one of the coolest ones. Oh, gosh. Where he swipes at you, and then like the Dracula animatronic and how huge that is. The Frankenstein one, like the way they use the animatronics with the screens is very, very well done. It's a great ride. And again, a lot of people have said Battle Ministry it blows this one out of the water, which that to me is wild. But having I've ridden this 3 times overall, and it's great. I love it.
Agreed. Yeah. It's hard to beat. Curse the Werewolf was down, so we didn't get to ride that one. So what are your overall thoughts on Dark Universe now that we've seen it twice and we've seen it tonight?
I think it's an interesting land, because you can tell the creatives fought for it. Because if you're thinking about a brand new theme park, including Universal Monsters, is not something that you would assume they would use. You're talking about like these characters are 100 years old. Like, they've been around forever.
Right.
So given that, it's the smallest land. So it's not
it feels like the smallest land.
That big.
Right.
Now, when we were there, the Burning Blade Tavern windmill was not running. I'm guessing because it was raining.
Oh, it started working again, because I just missed it.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But it just wasn't working.
Because we got out of the ride, it had just got done raining.
Yeah.
So it had a very ominous feel. It definitely had a dark and spooky feel to it coming out, which I do love about that. But it's a little small, especially in the back. And it needs, I definitely think it could use an expansion in the future, for sure. But in terms of walking in, the theming of it, like, it sets the tone really well. It's very well done, and especially Monsters Unchained is a great ride. But it does feel like it's lacking the extra things the other lands have. This one doesn't have.
It doesn't feel fully fleshed out.
It doesn't. But again, I think it was one of those things where I'm guessing this was fought for so much, and like, okay, we're not putting a huge budget toward this because this is unproven. But given how
the ride and how popular I think this land has become, just by how the lighting effects in here and the pulsing energy and like the whole vibe of it, I do think it's something that a lot of people have responded very well to. Yeah.
So I think it would be very well for it to have an expansion to make this a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you could spend all day in here.
Absolutely not. Nope. I don't think you could. Because I mean, we haven't had Das Steakhouse yet, which we will try eventually. But you know, we haven't done Curse of the Werewolf either because it's been closed.
Right. Which you may not do because it spends a lot.
I probably won't. But we did meet Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein's Monsters already. And
which is a great meet and greet.
Great meet and greet. And then I
Invisible Man's out.
Invisible Man. Yep. And some of the other characters were walking around too.
Igor walks around too.
Igor. Didn't see him at all.
Yeah.
But we did, went to the Burning Blade Tavern because I wanted to try a couple items. And one was the monocane mocktail, which was basically like green apple syrup with like Sprite, basically, is what it tasted like. And it was pretty good, but it was served in a flask. Like a
science beaker.
Like a science beaker thing with a straw, which is kind of fun. And it was like $12, I think. So it wasn't bad. And then a garlic steak.
Which was?
It was a piece of garlic bread. Basically, you can dip it in like sauce.
Yeah.
And it was shaped like a steak.
Yeah. Well, you made it sound like it was a steak.
I ate a steak. I ate a knife, Jared.
Yes. Well, I meant like a steak, like a meat steak.
Oh, it did sound like I said it.
Yeah.
No, it was not.
It made it sound like you had garlic steak.
Oh man, that sounds good though. No, I did not have garlic steak. I had a garlic bread steak.
There you go.
Thank you.
I had some too. It was really good. I will say, one thing I've said Universal needs is more kind of, I guess you could just call them themed snacks that are more viral. Like people see them and it's like Instagram worthy, I guess. Disney's done a very good job with this over the years of having snacks that are for pictures and things. But I will say, I haven't tried a lot of the, sit down restaurants yet, but a lot of the snack options are very, I guess you would just call them Instagrammable. Yeah. And I think this one as well, but it was very good. So the snacks, I think they've done a really good job of these themed snacks and all these lands and everything of doing that. Yeah. And the Burning Blade Tavern, although it could be bigger in there.
Yeah.
I think again, a lot of the stuff in this land is a little smaller than I think what a lot of people may anticipate, but it's still a very well themed land. And if you're into Universal Monsters, you'll love this land.
Yeah.
But it's just not as big and extra things to do in here as some of the other lands.
Right. Agreed.